Well, good morning on this Monday morning. Trust you've all had a great Christmas, and yeah, it was a great Christmas indeed. As Pastor Julius preached on Christmas morning, we really thoroughly enjoyed the message, and it's good to be with you again this week as we close off this year. 1 week left of this year, and we're closing it off. And what I want to speak to you about this week, this last week in 2021. Yeah, I'm telling you, some of us are saying, man, I'm so glad we're coming to the end of 2021. What I want to say is this: close the door behind you. Come on, remember that phrase your parents always used to say, are you born in a stable? Come on, close the door behind you. Now, this is what we need to do. We need to do for 2021 is to close the door behind us on 2021. Why? Well, there are many things that we want to leave behind. We don't want to bring the past with us into the future, into that what God has in store for us in 2022. Now, again, if we are not prepared to close the door behind us on 2021, you know what we're going to do? We're just going to bring those hurts alongside of us. We're going to bring all those things that we desired and we fell into, and it became a baggage that we carried around us, a weight around our neck. No. We need to learn how to leave these things behind us. And so I want to share with you of how to close your door behind you spiritually on 2021. Now, we need to say this as well, that these last 2 years will go down in history. Man, let me tell you, the history books are going to be filled with what has taken place over the last 2 years. Again, in my lifetime, never have I experienced what we experienced, what we have experienced, what we're busy experiencing. Now, we don't want to carry this into 2022, not so. I really want to see 2022 change. I don't want to hear another word of Corona in 2022. We just want to kind of put it behind us. Let's leave it behind us. Let this pandemic now settle and just get behind us. Let us begin to live life. We need to live our life. Now, I want this, and this is what I'm asking that we need to do, is to make his story our story. Yeah, come on. So the history books are going to be filled with what has taken place over the last 2 years. But how about this? How about us making his story our story? And by allowing again God to lead us and guide us into that, what I believe he has in store for us. Now, you might be saying, but how do I make his story my story? How do I do this? Well, I do this by making sure that my name remains in the book of life. Come on. Yes, there is a book in heaven, and it's called the book of life, and your name is there. Your name is put down. Now again, listen to this in Exodus 32 verse 33. Chapter 32 verse 33. And the Lord said to Moses, so this is God having a conversation with Moses, and he says, whoever has sinned against me, him I will blot out of my book. Notice this. God has a book. So if God has a book, you know what I need to do? I need to make his story my story. How do I make his story my story? By keeping my name in that book. Now, to keep my name firmly in the book of life that has been written from the foundations of the world. Listen, that is when your name was already placed into the book. That is when it was set in place right in the beginning of foundation. If you are born in this world, if you have breath, if you're breathing air right now, you know what? You are part of the plan of God. God had a plan for your life right from the beginning of foundation, and as a result of that, he wrote your name down in that book. You see, those who fail to accept Jesus Christ as God's Son will have their names removed from this book. So listen. The way that your name will be removed from this book called the Book of Life, is when you reject what Jesus Christ came to do. Now again, we've just celebrated the birth of Jesus Christ. Now we know, come on, he wasn't now just born now on Christmas. We know 2,000 years ago he came into this world for a specific task again, to set you and I free. And this is what he did. And as a result of that, our names now, when you accept him as Lord and Savior, your name is written down in that book. So you have to confirm your heavenly reservation through Jesus Christ. Come on. If you go to a hotel and you're booking, you know what? You have to confirm your reservation. Not so. So you need to confirm that your name is written down, that you have a reservation set aside for you at Father's table. And the only way that you can do that is by accepting Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior of your life. You see, you cannot blot something out if it was not there. Come on. So what am I trying to say to you? Your name is there. As a result of that, the only one that can remove that name is you, by rejecting that what Jesus Christ did for you at the cross of Calvary. But you need to make sure that your name remains there. How do you do that? By accepting Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior of your life. So at the very foundation of the earth, your name was placed in God's book to be part of His story. So let's close the door on 2021. Let's put that behind us. Let's move on into that, what God has in store for us. Come on, before you get into this year, this week, set a time aside and say, God, what have you in store for me in 2022? What is your plan for my life? Because I want to be part of your plan. Until tomorrow, hold on to that thought.